What's going on, everybody? This your boy Big Bo from the Gemini Reels in the Nubian Public Podcast Studio today with my boy Tawan the Don. And we got a nice little show lined up for y'all, so y'all gonna have to keep it locked.
State, pushing tapes, but ain't nothing like coming back to the block to see a familiar face, familiar snakes, putting down them same.
Nubian Public Podcast, welcome to the show. I'm your boy Tawan the Don, the only Milwaukee's finest from California to Florida and Wisconsin to Texas. We got you. What is going on, y'all? It has been a while since we have been on the air here in the Nubian Public Podcast Studios. And there's been reason for that. Won't dig that deep into it, but it is a lot of conspiratorial bullshit to that I've been recording, and they've been kicking me off. Ask me why? I couldn't tell you.
Because they don't understand that you be telling people the truth.
And
that's why you get kicked off half of the time.
But they hating, though. Like, don't hate, congratulate. You know, I'm trying to do me. I'm trying.
And you're doing a very good job, by the way.
I appreciate that. You know what I mean? Every day, Nubian Nation, I'm adding to the studio, and I'm making sure that I got all my T's crossed and I's dotted. And I got all my equipment here. If you can see the studio.
Man, let me just tell you something. I'm sitting right here right now. And I still... Listen, Nubian Nation, let me give y'all a little backstory about Tawan the Don. This man started off with a table.
Hey.
A table and a mic. It's actually right here. It's a table and a micro dot sound card. Into the biggest podcast nation there is.
We getting there, y'all. We are doing it. So, what is it, fam, that catches the attention
in the studio or
in life now?
In life general?
Yeah, I wanted to bring this up. I wanted to make it about current events right now because it's
about home.
Home. Granted, my boy intro. Ain't no place like home.
It really ain't no place like home.
There's a flip side to that. When we talk about ain't no place like home, when you have these Democratic, Republic, and all this other stuff getting in the way of the attention that we need to be focusing on. Just like this. Like look, this solar eclipse that's going to happen on the 8th, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about it's going to be, a 3-day long event. Which it isn't. It's only going to be about 4 hours at the most.
At the most. I don't know where y'all get. Listen, whatever weed y'all smoking, y'all need to sell that shit to me. Don't no damn eclipse last 3 days.
No. Like, what the fuck do y'all think?
Unless you just be high when you first see it, and then you wake up the next day or the next night, and it's still an eclipse. You're high.
There's something wrong.
Leave the weed alone, man.
There's something wrong.
Stop smoking.
Then they say, in which I kind of agree with on this part of it, the CERN machine, right?
Yeah.
Now, that CERN machine, they're saying, now, what if we have an all-out EMP, right, on the eclipse? But it's not from the sun. It's from the government that fired up the CERN and knocked out all of our electrical communications and blamed it on the sun.
Yeah, but we all know that that's a bunch of BS.
That's a bunch of BS, but it can't happen. They will do it.
It's definitely possible.
They will do it.
Once again, it's going back to what I just said. It's a bunch of BS.
Yeah, all of it's a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I find it I find it
It's
very
interesting, though.
hilarious that out of the
Yeah.
blue, everybody come up with these freaking conspiracy theories. You know what I'm saying? And we're all gonna die. Y'all said that at the beginning of 2000.
Let me, dude. I remember back in 1999, 11:30 p.m. I was living in Rockford at the time, y'all. Nubian Nation. I was living in Rockford, Illinois at the time, and 1999, 11:30 p.m. I was at work. You have never seen so many folks scatter and
Like
run
roaches.
like run into Walmart to get toilet paper. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Everything is going to go to hell when it hits midnight. I said, all right. Looked at my watch. I said, well, shit, you got about 20 more minutes because it's 11:40.
Right.
And I'm still looking at my watch. 11:50, 11:55. It's midnight. Where the everything's still on. Bar's still open.
Yeah.
The fuck is wrong with y'all people, man?
But they say things because they think this country alone is dumb. I can agree.
Yeah.
This is the stupid ass country.
It's just a lot of slow motherfuckers within it. This country ain't slow. It's just the people that live within it.
Well, you know, if it wasn't for the people that live within it, it wouldn't be a country. So that means
That's true.
everybody's dumb.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not my listeners, not you guys. I'm just saying, in general, the ones who run the government, all the politicism, everything, it's just stupid to me.
You're just another form of stupid.
Just stupid, you know. And we get down on this podcast, y'all. We act a fool. We act a plum donkey
I'm
sometimes.
just saying, bro. Like, then you got Sleepy Joe fighting Donald Trump for this presidency. Like, dude, both of you motherfuckers need to sit the fuck down.
You need to, because Donald, first of all, he need to stop getting them spray-on tans. And Sleepy Joe needs to quit taking that fucking melanin so he can go to bed at night because it's making him fall asleep during the day. Now you
got me saying Sleepy Joe now.
But it's the truth. You know, you can't tell me there's something wrong with this picture. We got an 80-year-old president, okay, and 80-something-year-old president. I don't know if he's that old, but he's out of there right
got
now.
a motherfucker running against him that's about to be 80.
About to be 80, which he has no fucking politicism about him. He's just a businessman.
Hey, can you imagine him in the old folks' home in Washington?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Can you imagine them flicking spoonfuls of mashed potatoes? You know, at each other and then smacking all the old women's ass that walk by him. Fuck him in the pussy. Hey, like, you's a dumbass.
Like,
dude.
Donald, fuck you, Joe.
Hey, no shit. You know, shit. It's just like that parody, right? That I be seeing around. It says,
That shit is hilarious. I don't care.
it's just like when they both wake up and go meet in the dining room in the morning, right? And Donald Trump says, "Good morning, people," and then you hear Joe Biden say, "Hey, fuck you," and then Biden says, "Yes, fuck you." You know,
Wow.
it's
Coming to America. That was one of the best movies ever.
all my life. I can picture both of them idiots doing that.
Dude, I can picture both those motherfuckers having a wheelchair races.
All my life. Oh my God. On an empty golf course. Like, what are y'all fucking doing? You know,
Can you imagine the look on their orderlies' faces? They're like, what are y'all doing?
like y'all need to come get y'all grand people because we ain't gonna do this shit.
Like then Donald be like, well, whoever wins this race is going to run for president again. Don, that's not happening. That's just not happening. Man.
And, okay, you know the bridges or the bridge in Deneen, right? That go over the pond. And like, they got them in golf courses. Or whatever. So can you imagine his old, and I'm talking about Trump now, his old punk ass, right? Standing over the bridge, taking a piss, talking about, let's have a dick measuring contest. And Biden is like, oh no, I beat you. The water's deep. Like, you son of bitches is slow as fuck. I promise you.
Listen, let me tell y'all something, Nubian Nation. We've been going at it about these two people for what, a few months now?
Because over a year now.
I mean, because it really all bullshit aside, this election, it just really doesn't make sense.
No,
because both of these cats need to sit down. They really need to sit down and let someone else take the office. Me personally, and you've heard me mention this on a couple of my shows. We need to see a woman president.
We do.
It's time.
But we also need someone who is worthy, who is qualified, and who is actually a genuine runner, regardless of what party you are.
Right.
We need someone who is going to stand up for what the fuck they mean.
And who's going to actually stand up for America. Not just, I'm going to stand up for the higher level. I'm going to stand up for the lower class. No, you need to stand up for America, period.
And I don't see nobody, because nobody like that right now is running. I would have put down a lever for Hillary.
Oh, I would have loved to have voted for Hillary. I voted for Hillary when she ran against Trump. Until he bought the damn election.
Which everybody is saying, oh, Biden stole it. No, he did not. Trump stole this shit. But anyway, I would have voted for the Alaskan governor, Palin. You know what I mean? Definitely. I would have liked to have seen something different. Yeah. I would have liked to have seen this country headed in a different direction. Because right now, the Democratic direction is still ran in the direction of Clinton, Biden. You know what I mean? It still ran in the direction of the past Democrats that we've had. Now, I can say this because I'm an independent. That means I have a swing vote. I actually liked when Bush was in office, Junior. I liked when Junior was in office because he didn't play no games either. They criticized that man because when 9/11 happened, he was
just about to say, I swear to God, I was just about to say.
But let me tell you why. They criticized this man because they didn't know what was going on when 9/11 happened. Nobody knew what was going on. He was in the middle of a classroom of elementary school kids reading books, and you to have your head Secret Service bodyguard, babysitter, come over your shoulder and whisper in your ear.
Did y'all notice he said babysitter?
Exactly. But to have him come over your shoulder and to whisper in your ear in front of a classroom full of kids and a teacher while they reading books and say, we are under attack. How the fuck do you think he took that? Now, did you see the look on his face when he just sat there and was like, okay. I knew what was going through his head. He said, what the fuck now? What am I finna do? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with that statement to a certain extent because he could have, not like rudely just got up and left, but he could have said something like,
what was he gonna do?
I mean,
because if you think about it, that session in that classroom was being recorded. It was on live television or whatever.
True that.
So what was he going to do at that precise moment? Mrs. Such and Such, stop. America, we are under attack. How would that look?
Yeah. Like I said, I agree with you. I agree with you. It's just, I don't know, man. Like, just like on a couple of, on one of my shows where we was talking about Stephen Avery. The counter arguments and all of that, to prove his innocent or guilt. That's kind of like the same scenario with Bush and what was going on at 9/11. Like, I mean, he could have did something.
He tried. I sat here and I never
I ain't even
pictured.
gonna lie. When I woke up 9/11, I thought I was looking at a movie.
Well, I was on my
I
way.
thought I was watching Die Hard.
I was on my way to court. I was in the courthouse annex when the first plane hit, and we were stuck in traffic on the freeway. And I'm getting a call from my lawyer saying, "Turn around." And I'm like, "Huh? I'm coming to." She said, "Turn around. Go home." I ain't even argue. Deuces.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And I didn't get my case heard for another 4 or 5 months. So I'm like, shit, deuces. This is when I was living out in Heartland with Cindy.
I remember that.
And man, we drove all the way down here, 8:30, 9 o'clock almost in the morning. Every radio station in the country is broadcasting we under attack. And I get a call from my lawyer talking about go home. That's not how court works. No, go home. Yeah, I even argue deuces.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fuck it.
Think about it. Would I argue with a lawyer if he telling me to
Not
go
arguing.
home?
Not arguing. Because I already see what time it is.
You ain't got to tell me twice.
You ain't got to tell me once. Go home. Shit, deuces. But what could Bush have done? That's the question. Because now, and then the other complaint that this country, this is a legitimate complaint, but if you look behind the scenes on how it actually happened, is that he disappeared for 3, 4, 5 hours before addressing the country. What can he address the country on when he don't know nothing?
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
So
that's a very good point.
So what he did was, and this is how bad Air Force One is. Air Force One is the White House away from the White House. And what he did was, or what his captain did was, escorted him right away from the school. They went straight to the airport. They got in Air Force One. They stayed in the air for 5 hours. Flying around. 5 hours. Now, at this point, he had already issued a warning to the FAA to tell all of your planes to get out of the air and land. They did. He was the only airplane in this whole country flying around. So he had all that airspace. Now, what his pilot did was, since they said Angel is under attack next, nobody knew what Angel 1 meant. Angel 1 was the code name for the Air Force One. Nobody knows that but the government. So to get a call and say Angel 1 is next, they got on pins and needles like, hold the fuck up. How do they know what this fucking plane is called, right? So they flew to 45,000 feet. That's almost higher than any commercial airplane can fly.
Wow.
Granted, Air Force One is not your average commercial jetliner. They went up to 45,000 feet. Okay? Now, that's out of the scope of all radar. Now, when they said that they're going to go up to 45,000 feet, now they said, now, we're up here, we're flying around. So if anybody makes a direction and angle up to 45,000 feet, then we know we're under attack, which was very smart of that pilot. So they flew around for like an hour or two, maybe 3 at 45,000 feet until they went and landed. And then they figured out, well, there's no threat against us. So now we're going to get you landed. We're going to go to one of the Air Force bases. We're going to get you on TV. We're going to have you address the country, even though you don't know what's going on.
Okay.
What little that you do know that's going on, we're going to have you address the country. That's what he did. So I kind of respect him in the fact that all this time that he was up there flying around, he said, I got to get down here. We got to go back to the White House. We got to do something. I got to address the nation to figure out what the fuck is going on. And I got to tell them what I'm finna do about it. 6, 7, 8 hours later, they finally landed the plane to let him do that. Now, when he does that, the country's looking at him like, you spent all that time away from the people and didn't care about us. Yes, he did.
Okay.
He was under the control of his pilot. When they're up in the air, the pilot has control over where the president goes, not the president.
Wow.
And that's what people don't understand. So he tell the pilot, well, we're going to go to the White House. Turn this shit around. Let's go. Pilot say, hell no. We finna go over here. President can't say shit, but come on. Pilot, hell no. What'd I say? All right. President bagged the fuck up. People don't know that about the president. He may run the country,
Okay.
but he only runs the country's military. The president is only in charge of keeping the country safe.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
The person or persons or group who actually runs the United States is Congress.
I can see that.
Yes.
Yeah, that
because
makes a lot of sense.
when Congress gives any type of congressional order, do you see that whenever the president goes on trial or whenever these high profile leaders go on trial, who interviews them? Congress.
Yeah.
Who interviews them next? The Senate. So if you are found in contempt by Congress or if you are found in contempt by the Senate, then you fucked. I'd rather go before a fucking judge.
Yeah. Me too.
I hold you in contempt. $20, $500. All right, cool. Fuck you. Here, take this. What? $1,000. Okay, fuck you. Take this shit. You're getting held in contempt by Congress and them. You're being held in contempt. You're going to federal lockup, 19 months. Oh, wait, hold up. What? You know, you're getting stripped by all your. No, wait. I have nothing. Now you're not really going to have anything. Keep fucking with us. You know, I'm not playing with them, dude. I can't do it. I can't.
That make a lot of sense, though.
Right. So, I mean, I had to put that out there on how everything is ran because people think the president is the sole person that runs this country. No, he isn't. President is only in charge of the armed forces. That's it.
But isn't like the Air Force part of the armed forces?
It's the Air Force, Army, Navy, Marines. They're all in the Air Force, thanks to fucking Trump. So they're all controlled by the president. The president does not control what really goes on behind the scenes. It's Congress, and it's the House of Representatives, and it's the Senate. You know what I mean? That's why they teach us in school when we go for our HSEDs, they teach us civics, because we have to know who's running shit. White people let you know who running shit before you even become some type of citizen of this country or get any type of degrees. They gonna let you know we run this shit. Nubian Public Podcast. Keep it locked. Twan the Don. We'll be right back. Nubian Public Podcast. Welcome back. So, yeah, on that last one, like Fam just said, we went all over the world with that one.
We kind of went north on that one, yo.
But it was worth saying.
Definitely worth it, though.
You know what I mean? Like, this shit needs to stop, fam.
Like I always been saying, man, they just need to get their shit together.
Get it together. Get it together.
They won't get it together, bro. They'll eventually get it together. They'll try to get it together.
Yeah, they'll try. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work out too well.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, you know.
But, yeah, I mean, I just had to get that off my chest because we all fighting and voting for some people that's not, they don't give a fuck about you.
Well, yeah, you're right. I mean, think about this. To be honest, I mean, Trump does not need to be president of the United States.
No.
Make him like a head treasurer or something that has to do with
money,
business or money.
Yeah.
He would be awesome in that position. Not running the country.
Totally agree.
And
totally agree.
Joe, you my dude, but it's time for you to sit down, man. You pushing every bit of 80.
Hell, he's beyond 80.
I mean,
he's pushing every bit of 90. So just sit down.
Yeah, it's time for you to sit down. I'm sticking with this. It's time for a woman to take over. Because women pretty much run the presidency any goddamn way.
Dude, hello. I've been saying this since the day before forever. The presidents that we have and the presidents that we have had, the woman runs shit. Now, this is coming from my years of living on this earth. I would not know about, Coolidge and what's the famous family he got popped in back of his car? Them.
Oh, the Kennedys.
The Kennedys. I wouldn't know nothing about them. My presidency started with Reagan, that I can remember.
Ronald Reagan.
And Nancy ran that. Let me tell you why Nancy ran that. Reagan was a fucking actor.
Yeah.
Turned politician.
Yeah.
Turned president.
Yeah.
What? And but he did a damn good job as far as I know. But my question is, what the fuck do you know about politics?
Nubian Nation, I am stumped on that one.
It's just throw some shit out there, sound good, and get them to get on your fucking team and then do the best you can. That's what all of them been doing.
Can you imagine if Schwarzenegger was still in politics?
Governor of fucking California. What did he do, actually?
I don't know.
Not a motherfucker. What did he do? Just like the wrestler in Minnesota.
Oh, yeah, the Body Ventura.
What the fuck did he do?
Ventura.
Governor Ventura. Like, he did absolutely nothing.
I mean, damn, you might as well make Kevin Hart the president then.
You know what?
Make Honey Boo Boo the fucking vice first lady. Shit, I don't know.
Dude, I'm stumped on that. Like, if it's that
make
easy.
Flavor Flav Secretary of Defense.
Oh, my
All
life.
you gotta do is look at him. He ugly as a bitch.
Right. And whenever these motherfucking foreigners come at us, he gonna be like, don't get it twisted.
I'm just saying.
Ooh, looking ass, right? Like, come on.
I mean, I just... It's these celebrities turn politics. Like, it doesn't work. That's like oil and water. It just doesn't mix.
Never does. Never does.
It doesn't work.
Or watered down cheap gasoline. Never works.
Just remember, just go back to what I just said. What if Arnold became president? He'll be looking at all of the other countries like, guess what? I'll be back.
Yeah, you thought I was going? I'll be back. Like, dude, just stay gone, homie. We don't need you. Man.
Yeah, just stick to movies.
You know.
Yeah,
we don't need you, man.
And the Body Ventura, man, stick to wrestling, bro. Like,
stick to wrestling.
Politics is not your thing.
You know, it takes certain people to pull off politics. That means, first of all, you, in my opinion, have to already be within politics. So, in order to become president, governor, mayor, especially, look at the one we got, you have to
try to talk, man.
You have to have some type of political background and know-how in order to do this shit. So you had to me.
That's why I always supported the Obamas. I mean, dude, they were fucking lawyers.
Yes.
They went to law school. Like, they know what's going on.
That was a powerhouse if I ever fucking seen one.
Yeah,
that's Jay-Z, Beyonce if I ever fucking seen it.
One of the biggest, if not the biggest powerhouse in politics.
In presidential history. That was fucking Bonnie and Clyde. The only sad thing about that is they were ran by Congress.
Yeah. Sadly to say, yes.
Sadly
to say, yes.
Everything, and it was Michelle that, again, was running
Michelle,
the captain's seat.
Michelle wasn't playing.
She was not having it. But everything that she proposed and everything that he introduced was either met with some sort of restraint or it was shot down. Yeah. Number one, because he's black. A brother.
Because he was black.
Number two, because he was black.
And number three,
because he was black. That's it.
And you know, I'm glad that you brought that up because that was like one of the biggest controversies when when Obama was in office. Even though he tried his hardest, kudos to fucking Barack Obama, man. Like, he tried his hardest.
He did.
And he tried his damnedest to clean up all of the BS that the Bushes left. Because he pretty much, Bush was just like, you know what? Fuck you. Now you can have this fucking money pit. I don't want it no more.
Right. I done my damage. You clean it up.
Right. And it took him, and I'm glad that he made history. He was one of the first black presidents. One of the first. Notice I said one of the first.
Right.
One of the first black presidents. And he was one of the first black presidents to get voted in twice.
Yes, sir.
So he ran office for 8 years.
Yep.
And he tried his hardest for 8 years to clean up all of the bullshit from the Bushes.
Behind. Yes. Now do you see why the Trump campaign is so jealous and so mad? Well, if this nigger can do it, we can. Man, come on. Call a spade a spade.
Man, listen, fuck Donald Trump. That's how I feel. Yeah, okay, you was in office. Yeah, you slid everybody a little money. But you know why you was giving out those stimulus checks? Because you was keeping the lower class quiet.
There you go. You was keeping the lower class fed and quiet. It's just like the government taking over the baby daddy's status. When you lock the black man up, now all of a sudden, we'll take care of you. We'll hand you these welfare checks. We'll make sure your doctor's appointments and things are taken care of. All you have to do is just sit there and obey. What type of shit is that?
That's a bunch of bullshit. I tell you what kind of shit that is.
You know.
And like I said, back to T. Diddy. He fucking he was handing out checks like they wasn't shit. Like, here, take this stimulus. Here, take this stimulus. But you notice that the stimulus checks was only for the people who were not behind in child support.
Did you see that? Yes.
Now, if you want to be a president of the United States and you want to help the lower class, them is the motherfuckers that you need to be helping because not all people that are behind on child support are bad people.
And doing it purposely. They're not.
So where's the help at?
They're not. But it's another label. Well, you're behind on child support. Okay. That comes with a threefold. You know why people are behind on child support? Number one, make the jobs readily available. Number two, the jobs that you make readily available, make sure it keeps up with the economic growth. That means the higher I get paid, the more my expenses are? No, doesn't equal itself out.
Exactly.
So why do you think they're behind on child support? Number three, you look at the child's mother. What part does she play in the falling behind of the father? You get pregnant by this man. Then all of a sudden, you want to go licking pussy. You're gay now? You don't want the father around the child, but you want this bitch to help you raise this child? Where the fuck does that come from?
That doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
At all.
You go to court and then you cry, well, I'm not getting paid enough. Bitch, that's because you're giving it to this other punk bitch that's spending all your motherfucking money.
Oh, well, it's not always. It does work a lot that way, but it's also because maybe within conjunction of all of that happening, she done fucked around and met another dude. So now she giving that money to that man
Mhm.
instead of doing what she's supposed to do
But that man
and
is in
take
the,
care of that child.
but that man is in the same boat because number one, he ain't taking care of this bitch child. Number two, he ain't taking care of the children that he made.
But,
So
you know,
it's
but-
a revolving door.
Well, that's true too. But think about this. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, so you have a baby with a woman or whatever. It doesn't work out between y'all, and she decided to go down to court, put you on child support, this, that, and the third. Now she done met somebody new. This man, the new guy, is not gonna take care of her baby because you know what? First thing he's gonna say, that ain't my baby.
Where's the daddy?
Or where's the daddy?
Uh-huh.
That's the two things.
Uh-huh.
It ain't my child, and where's the daddy?
Where's the biggest mistake out of all of this that people are failing to understand in the first place?
Women shouldn't even lay down and have sex with that man.
Hey, that's number one. Number two, you shouldn't have took your punk ass down there and put the man on child support. You put Uncle Sam in your business.
Absolutely.
That's what they count on. As soon as this lady, the mother of the child, have the baby, these motherfuckers is right by her bedside in the birth and delivery room. What's the father's name? We're going to put him on child support. All you have to do is say, no, he can take care of his own business. We don't need you. So then guess what the state did? And this is Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Guess what the state did?
What did the state
They
do, sir?
made it mandatory, right? So the child's mother can say, no, I don't need you. I don't need to put him on paper. I don't need to put him on child support. So what the state did was made it mandatory. Oh, yes, you do. It's mandatory. It's state law that we have to put this man on child support.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's state law that we
That's
need to
crazy.
put ourselves in you guys' home.
That's crazy.
But these
Ain't no way in hell.
No way. But these
I can't
dumbass
do it.
broads fall for it, man.
And they fall for it every single time.
Every single time.
Listen, ladies, let me tell y'all something. And this is a special message out to you, ladies. Not all men are bad men. Y'all may get into an argument. Y'all may get into a spat. But you know what? If you got a child with this man, the child needs the mother and the father.
And the father. Don't think that you are alone. I can do this by myself. No, you can't.
No,
you
you
didn't have
can't.
the baby by yourself.
I mean, that's just the. Come on now.
Right.
The child is going to grow up resenting you because you put his or her father in a situation that he is in now.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then that child is going to grow up resenting you because of what you did. Now, if your child grows up and does the same thing that you did, don't get mad at your child
Get mad
Get
at, your
mad at
damn
yourself.
self. That's right.
because you're the one that started it.
You showed that child how
Because where
life
does it start?
is.
Where does it start? With the parents.
That's right. I don't have any respect for, females that start off, everything is all hunky-dory, we gonna have a good life, we gonna raise our child, you get pregnant, something don't go your way, and all of a sudden it's his fault. You know what? I ain't gonna single out you ladies because men do it too.
Oh yeah, it's
Men do it too.
Let me get on. Let me ease the Don's mind. I'm finna hop on you niggas too.
Yeah,
Let
exactly.
me tell y'all something, brothers. Any man, and I've said this so many times, and I'm gonna say it again. Any man could lay down with a woman
Uh-huh.
and have a baby 9 months later, but it takes a real father to nurture that child into an adult.
90
that
years
respects-
later. Yes.
That respects their parents.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And I was just in a Facebook group, not even a group, one of my Facebook friends posted that it takes a real man to be a father to a child that's not even his.
Yeah.
That's agreed, and I'm going to tell you why.
Because
I've been there 20 plus years.
I'm living proof. right now.
Okay. And I'm glad.
Right now.
I'm glad she posted that because that is so true. It takes a real man
to raise somebody else's kid.
Granted, I had the opportunity to do this when these kids were either born or within the first 5 years of their birth. So they got to know who I was.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, you've been the only cat here. Oh, okay, Pops, we're good.
Exactly.
You know.
And to add on to what you just said, that is the same situation that I'm living, today. I've been with my matriarch for 17 years, y'all. Listen to what I'm finna tell y'all, Nubian Nation. And I raised the youngest since she was 3 years old. She is now 20.
16 years. 17 years. That's a long time.
The boy, since he was 9, he's now 22. Daughters are 35 and 30.
That's commitment right there. That's commitment. That's what it takes.
So for any of y'all niggas that think y'all, I'm finna just make a baby with this broad and this, that, and the third, it's more to it than that. Because you have to teach that child and you have to raise that child, even if it's not your child. Because I guarantee you're going to reap the rewards once that child is an adult.
They should know this already. If you're going to get into a relationship with some lady and she's already got kids or she's pregnant by somebody else, but you decide you want to slide on in there because it's easy pussy and she can't get pregnant because she's certain amount along with her pregnancy, but then she's got that baby and y'all fall serious and she has that baby, but then you all of a sudden say, wait a minute, what did I do? Nigga, you knew what you did. When you sat there and laid up with her.
Welcome to fatherhood.
Welcome. Because guess what? Even though your nothing didn't produce that child, your actions produced fatherhood. So you deal with it.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
You made your bed. Now it's time for you to sleep in it.
Time to sleep in it. I don't give a fuck how warm, how cold, how lumpy it is. You finna deal with it. And if you don't, use a bum.
Yeah. That's just bottom line right
Use
there.
a bum.
Because like to add on to my story, I've met all of the fathers of her children. All of them are bums.
A bum.
Bums, drug addicts. Well, now, they probably weren't then, but now, bums, drug addicts, drunks, it's just all of that. And to this very day, every single one of them kids said, you know what? I don't ever fuck about my dad. But I always tell them, regardless of the fact, you still got to respect your father.
That's right.
I'm going to be there for you.
Right.
Because I've been there for you. But when it's all said and done, you still have to respect your dad.
Got to respect that, man. There's no point about it getting even into that because still got to respect him. You ain't going to disrespect him or her around me. Not going to happen. Nubian Nation, we're going to bring this show to a close, and it was a good show tonight. And I hope it was informative to you as it is and was to me, and we were doing the show. So this lets you know that whenever we do our shows and come off our heads with these shows,
yes, sir,
it means a lot because we did think about it and we did think about who's going to be listening and how you feel. What you do is go ahead and click that link on the page. Leave us a voicemail. Leave us a text. Leave us something. Let us know how you enjoyed the show, what else you would like to hear about the show, what we could have done different about the show, and if we can possibly get you on the show. My name is Twan Don. Loving you all with my boy, Big Bo.
Mr. Gemini.
From the Gemini Reels. We love all of you guys. Please keep the love coming in. Keep the support coming in. And to all of my countries worldwide, hey, I'm digging you. Please continue to dig us. Nubian Public Podcast. We out.